As a professional dancer, every single night, what it is that you do is you go home and probably with a glass of wine, sew your point shoes for the next day. So hand sewing was always a part of my life. I didn't know how to machine sew. I didn't know how to put together a pattern, but I was definitely doing a lot of hand sewing. I also had experiences with like my zipper exploding on stage or something, you know, and having to run back into the wings and like whip it up real fast. So that sort of tactile usage and sewing was very comfortable to me. I am a fashion designer and I own a brand called Jeanne Nuage. The transition between my dance career, making costumes, and my fashion design happened because I started designing costumes and I didn't speak the language. I didn't have any school. I had come from a ballet career. I had hopes of being a designer when I was really young, when I was in high school, but I had totally forgotten about it because I just focused on being a ballerina. But then when I started designing costumes, I was asking for things and then not getting back what I thought I had asked for. And I was asking professionals, so I knew it was me. I knew it wasn't them. I didn't know what I was asking for. So I thought, you know, I really need to learn how to sew. So I taught myself how to sew. I loved it. And then I was like, I kind of want to try designing something myself. And so I designed something from start to finish, sketched it out, patterned it, which with no skills took me forever, and realized that that process was so interesting and so skill-based and so creative. It did remind me of being a dancer. So I just kept seeking out more knowledge. Because I love ballet and I love training and I loved having teachers in ballet, I started to go to school. So I went to Johnson County Community College for a couple of classes, and I'm still slowly going to school there, to really learn the skill version and basis of being a fashion designer. So my very first sewing project ever was a swan lake. And I don't think that's normal. I just felt like, I can do this, why not? People do this, so I can do this. And yeah, so as opposed to it being a pair of pajama pants, I started with an entire full-length ballet. There are usually between 8 and 12 dancers in one piece, wearing the same style of costume. So whomever got costume number 1 that I started with might have been a little bit rough, but once I got to costume number 12, I had figured it out. My best piece of advice was given to me by my ballet teacher, and she actually wasn't saying it to me, she was saying it to herself. And she was explaining some scenario where she wanted to voice just a simple opinion, I think having to do with ballet training, in a room full of her peers. And she said, you know what, Allison, don't be a shy dancer. So her name is Allison, and she was very much vocalizing something that she had said to herself. And I was like, oh my gosh, don't be a shy dancer. I'm not a shy person, but as a dancer, that's definitely the one thing that I didn't want to take with me. I didn't want to take that I couldn't vocalize what it was that I was feeling or what it was that I was going to do when I had to transition into speaking about my designs.